episode of This Square Room. I am here with Deswayne and Hugh-Gene. My name is Jonel. How are you guys?
I'm good. How are you?
What was that?
Because we were both waiting for the other person to go.
I don't think he was waiting for you to go. He doesn't look like it.
Wow, you weren't. Wow.
No, I'm looking down.
I thought
I'd look at you if I was.
I didn't look at you either, but I just thought it was a mental thing.
Nah.
Oh.
You're in it alone.
Ooh,
I'll get visual cues.
Okay, my bad. How are you, Hugh?
I'm all right. I'm doing randy dandy. Randy.
Just that's it? You're just all right?
Yeah, I'm randy dandy.
You should be great. Isn't a special date coming up?
What? Oh, my birthday? I don't give a fuck. I forgot. You know how many times I forgot? My birthday's coming? It's just a day.
No, I understand
Your birthday's
that for
tomorrow. Well, when the
It's
podcast when the podcast
comes out.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow.
Okay.
Like, my friend had to remind me that my birthday was like, what are you doing on your birthday? I was like, what? When's that? And I was like, oh, shit.
Damn, you're at that age where you're already forgetting?
I've been at that age. I stopped giving a fuck when I was
you
like
say
9.
8?
I stopped caring. When I stopped caring? When I had my blackout birthday. So how old was I? I think like 21. After that, I just stopped caring. I was like, this is good. This is a good enough birthday that I can savor for a couple of years. And I'll give a shit.
Eventually.
Like later down the line, maybe like closer to like 40.
Closer to death, I thought you were going to say.
I don't know. Probably like towards when I have like kids and stuff. Then be like, Daddy, your birthday. I'm like, okay, I got to give a fuck.
No.
But right now, no, I don't care.
I don't think kids will make you give more of a fuck about your birthday.
Yeah, but I don't care. I'll make
like,
it.
they'll
I'll
make
it their
you
day.
a little, like, you know, you'll feel special, but then...
No, I'll care when they care. If they don't care, I'm like, okay. My birthday present is...
Do you care more about your birthday now, Des? Because of being a father?
Not at all.
Right. That's what I'm like.
Not at all.
Most parents are too tired. They just want to be left alone.
Guys don't really give a fuck about their birthday.
That's
talking
not
about
true.
that. Most guys that, at least that we know, don't care. Unless guys I've known through. Most guys I've known throughout like my life.
Me too.
I've never met a guy that's like, oh, it's my birthday, guys, because we're like, shut the fuck up. Like, we wouldn't really.
I've only met one.
I've never met a guy that's like, oh, my birthday's coming. But when we were kids, yeah, but as adults, no.
Yeah, I know one who, when his birthday comes, he gets really excited, and then like the 2 weeks before his birthday, he's like, I don't want to do nothing. I don't care. I'm like, you care, and he's like, I don't care. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely know more women who are
I only know
into
women.
their birthday than men, but I definitely know some men who are like, oh my gosh, her birthday. I know people who are like, especially when it's a big milestone, like 25, 30, 40, when their birthdays are coming up. Like, I'm talking about men, like, leading up to it. They're like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to be 30 this year. It's like, it's 6 months away.
Yeah, I need you guys to understand, I'm already starting to plan my 30th, because I really don't do the birthday thing, but I'm like 30.
A big
I'm
milestone.
going out with a bang.
Out?
Because
Wait, what?
I guess you're dying the next year. Shit.
Because after 30, anything that I want to do, I feel like it is deemed unacceptable. Like, you're too old to be.
When you're 40. When you're 40.
I gave myself 30.
30? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they say like 30's a new 20, 40's a new 30, but I feel like you're
disgusting.
No, but like it's kind of true.
30's
like,
the new 20. That's sad.
That's sad. That just tells you how down.
No, what they mean, I mean, I was having a conversation with a friend, well, more of an acquaintance, but like, you know, we're very cool acquaintance. And he is 30, I think, or he's about to turn 30. One of the two. And he was just saying like 30 is great because it's like you still, especially if you don't have kids. Sorry, Des, but like you have like the you're still fun. You still want to do things.
You think you
can always be fun.
Without like wanting to go to bed at like 8 p.m., which I mean, to each his own, right? But it's like you still have that like young person's mindset, but you have 30 money instead of 20 money. So like you have more freedom to do things that you want, and like you're just kind of in a better place, which is why they say like 30 is a new 20, because like you still have that freedom, but like not as much like holding you back, because like you're just a stupid kid, like you have no money, you can't do shit, nobody takes you seriously, like you're more of an adult. No, I'm just talking.
No, I know.
I'm not calling you guys stupid kids, but you know what I'm saying. Plus, neither of you are 20, so it doesn't matter.
I spoke to my family, my immediate family, not my not my relatives. Is that what they're called? Your immediate family is like. Your immediate
family is also your relatives, but
Are they immediate? No.
Yeah.
No.
Relatives can be slightly removed. They can be immediate.
I thought your immediate family is like mom, dad, son, daughter, done. And then
they are your immediate family, but they're also like your brother is your relative.
Immediate family.
Sure. Anyways.
I was speaking to my immediate family, and I told them that next year we are going to celebrate everything, and that is my birthday wish. And they have to do it because I've never asked for anything for my birthday ever.
Everything?
Like everybody's birthday, not everybody. Like in the family, everybody's birthday. Valentine's Day, Family Day, everything, Christmas, Thanks.
Are you gonna hand out like little cards like we did in elementary
school?
We're
gonna do the whole shebang.
That's cute.
And they have no choice because it's my birthday wish.
So that's your birthday. So your birthday's in October.
Yes.
And you want to start celebrating in February.
That is in January.
What holidays in January?
It's not a holiday.
Except Caden's, for what is it? Blue Monday.
Caden's mom's birthday is in January.
Okay. Oh, so you're starting with that
right off the bat.
But I'm sure she would be down to do something. Like, I don't think you have to, like, twist her arm.
No. Everyone was just like, okay. I'm like, you guys have to do it because I've never asked for anything.
The thing is, like, you're saying it to them like it's a big deal. Like, you guys have to. This is my birthday wish. But it's like, they're all like, yeah, it does. You're the one who normally doesn't want to.
Caden's like, okay, because it's your birthday.
Yeah, but he's a mini you, so that doesn't count.
Of course it counts. That's not fair. I count.
No, you don't. Because in this case, we're saying you are the one who normally doesn't want to. If you make a little clone of yourself, of course that clone's not going to want to. You're both going to be miserable together, wanting to sit at home and watch anime.
Yes.
Watch Dragon Ball Z.
No, that's over with.
Naruto?
That's done.
Naruto something.
We're watching One Piece.
Oh my god. I've heard Bleach is good.
Bleach is good for beginners.
Well, I'm not an anime person.
That's true.
That's probably why.
That's a good point. I never thought about that. Yeah.
What? It's good for beginners?
I would say so, yeah.
Well, I won't be watching. So I recently learned a new word.
Oh.
And I mean, you guys might know it. I think, if anything, between the two of you, I think Hugh might know it, but I doubt it. The term is called soaking. Do either of you know what soaking is?
Sounds sexual.
That's what my parents used to make me do to my socks because they were so dirty.
They still are. You walked in here and I was like, look.
All right, here we go. All right.
They're black, Dad.
They're white, off-white.
On the top. The bottom, it was definitely black. Okay, so before I tell you guys what it is, Hugh, what is your guess as to what soaking would be?
Something sexual. Anything
specific? Like, if Hugh, play along. You're so...
No, if someone's like, soak me, I'm like, jizz on you.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. Pee on me, some shit.
Des?
I'm still going with the soaking. Like, I don't know.
So you're going non-sexual?
Yeah.
Okay, I will say Hugh is closer. It is something sexual in a non-sexual belief. I know that makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
But does that change your
not at all,
guess? You're still going with the socks.
Yeah.
First of all, like if you said like you were soaking like a stain out of clothes or even like underwear because skid marks, but like socks, that's how you know that's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you walk outside with your with your socks on?
When I was a kid or now?
No.
No, now I'm beyond. No.
So why are they so black? You need to mop your floors more.
I mean, it's not the floor.
What is it? What are you stepping on that's making the bottom of your socks so dirty?
I've never really thought about that, to be honest.
Yeah, so maybe that's something to think about.
Yeah, you're right.
And maybe you need to start soaking your socks because
I've always wondered how people keep their socks so white. Like,
if they're white socks, maybe you need a little bleach or something. But
who needs bleach?
You desperately.
Oh, because I'm black. That's crazy. Wow. You heard it here, folks.
On your socks, you need bleach.
Wow.
Get out of here. Anyways, so soaking is and like, forgive me if I, don't know how to say it right. And also, I want to just preface, if anyone is a part of this religion, we are not talking bad about it. I'm not saying anything negative. Religious. It's just yes, it is. It's just like a very interesting concept, and it's quite backwards if you ask me, but hey, I'm not hating. Soaking is a Mormon thing because Mormons are taught not to have premarital sex. Mm-hmm. So soaking is when man will put his penis in the girl's vagina but not move. So that, because technically the act of like the in and out, like that is sex. So they that's why I said it's like a sexual thing, but to them it's like not, like they're bending the rules.
I call that parking the car.
By soaking, because they're not actually,
That just sounds stupid.
Yeah, so they just stick it in and just stay still.
Put it in the butthole.
They stay still.
That's how you keep your purity. That's what other religious people do.
No, but either way, like there's no, like, first of all, I don't know if Mormons are gonna just jump right into anal, but the idea is there's no you can't.
So what's the point?
to kind of fulfill that sexual desire a little bit, but like not sin and not actually have premarital sex. That's why I said, I'm like, I have to explain it, because that's why I was like, oh well, it's a sexual thing, but like not sexual.
That's pretty stupid.
And I'm supposed to stay hard.
I mean, if you've never had sex before and your penis is in a vagina and you're like, oh my god,
then you're coming instantly.
Yeah, you're not gonna be like, oh, the gas leaked too. But
you think? I don't think it's that serious. Or you pull it out.
If they've never jerked off or had any sort of sexual
I don't know what the rule of masturbation
there's no
is.
Every religion is like no masturbation.
Yeah.
But
true, but I mean, they said no premarital sex and they're sticking penises in vaginas, so I mean...
It's no masturbation.
And it's not even just a tip in this situation, it's a whole thing.
Because once you go in, you have to come out, so therefore you're doing the in and out.
Exactly.
Right, but it's just one in and out. It's not thrusting, it's not...
It just seems like a term they came up to make themselves feel better, but the thing is that you're still having premarital sex.
Yeah.
You just say that to make yourself feel good in the inside.
Right, so...
But in reality, you're just being a hypocrite.
Yeah, because you hear of a lot of Mormons saying that it's like, it is a twisted thing, but it's most definitely a thing that they do to kind of make themselves feel better about it. Like you said, Hugh, it's like when a girl is like, oh, like I still have my virginity because I only do anal. It's like, do you really?
You're just fucked.
you have your vaginal virginity, but like virginity overall,
you're still going to hell.
Ugh, that's like when girls would be like, oh, I'm not having sex. And then I'd be like, oh, can I get some head? That's still oral sex. Ugh, shut up.
Well, it's a cat. It's a part.
I know. Just say that you're a loser.
They're a loser because they won't suck your dick?
Yeah. Loser.
You're the loser. What? Ew. Yeah, and on top of the soaking, there's something called jump humping. Do either of you want to take a crack at as to what that could be?
Seems like it's just dry humping.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's just dry humping.
Term for it.
Unfortunately, no. Jump humping is something that's done in addition to soaking. So, for instance, say Hugh is soaking with a woman, and Des wants to be a real good friend. You are gonna either get under the bed or jump on the bed to make the movement.
All right. Okay. This is over.
So that Hugh is
having sex. No. They're having sex. They're having sex.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
No, the idea.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Push harder. Come on. Come on.
No, it's not push harder.
I'm jumping.
To him.
On,
well, yeah.
Thrust. Come on.
So the idea is you're not doing anything, so you still haven't broken the rules.
This is why people make fun of Mormons.
So it goes hand in hand with soaking.
That's funny because yesterday at work, me and this guy were talking about religion, and we were just talking about how every religion bends the rules to what they want.
Well, I don't think this is like
something
that they preach in their churches now. I think this is just what they kind of do to go around.
This is what the kids do. The kids tend to bend the rule. Well, everyone bends the rules, but especially because there's a kid that came up with this shit. These are
teenagers and young adults.
Yeah, there's kids that normally come up with these weird.
Yeah, but then adults know what kids are doing.
Well, because they were once kids.
Exactly.
They were once doing it.
So that means everyone understands that it's fine because you're not breaking any rules. They're going to have to get their sexual tension out somehow.
I don't know if it's necessarily encouraged, but it's just like, because it's like, okay, you as a young person, you're out here in these streets, but when you're older, you're not going to encourage your kids to also be out here in these streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but are you talking to them about the streets? Because, like, I remember...
No, you're just telling them, no streets before you're married.
Being younger and being raised in a Christian household, I have a girlfriend, and you guys know I have a girlfriend at 13, 14 years old. What do you think we're going to do?
First of all, that's crazy.
I'm just saying, like
13.
I'm just saying, no. Obviously, we're going to be kissing and stuff, even if it's not sex. We're going to be kissing, and that's already frowned upon because we're not married. So after kissing, obviously, sexual tension is built. So for me,
not for a 13-year-old. No, regular one.
Sexual tension not built at 13?
Keyword, not a regular
what
one.
What do you mean?
Well, actually, no, 13-year-olds are horny, but like not your
like,
level
I'm
of
gonna
horny.
stick my dick in you, girl.
No, of course, because everyone's scared and shy.
I remember my elementary school boyfriend, I think I was like 12, 13, and like, oh my God, I held his hand and I was like,
what's wrong with you guys?
I was like, oh my God, I held his hand. I can't wait to go back to school and hold his hand tomorrow. And I remember like I held his hand for the first time. This is so
embarrassing.
And his palms were sweaty and I was like, oh my God, are you nervous? He was like, yeah, look at that, holding hands.
This is so embarrassing.
I was like 12. What do you? I was a hoe.
At 12, I was dry humping, jizzing in my pants.
Ew.
And then they pulled it out. That changed the game.
Got that sticky stick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just feel like with Caden, if Caden told me he had a girlfriend, now I'm going to start talking to him about sex, even if they're not having sex.
Why didn't you do it before?
No, we already did, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
And like,
better keep your dick in your pants, boy.
I feel like in certain religions, like if you know your child is hanging out with, you know, the opposite gender or even the same, if you feel like there's something going on there, that's a conversation to have, not be like,
most parents are pussies.
That's what I think is ridiculous.
That's what I learned about boomers. Most of them are pussies.
Ridiculous.
Remember I said before, like they did a lot of providing, like financially and materialistic, but not a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I realized a lot of boomers did, because a lot of them are too pussy to say the things. It's true.
They grew up in a period where like certain topics were very taboo.
No, they grew up. No,
like a lot of the things that we talk about on this podcast, a whole generation would be like, "Oh my God, that's blasphemous."
How dare they say that?
Yeah. Oh no, it's surprising because the boomers were the sexual liberation, they're the rebellious generation. So I thought they'd have more balls to talk about stuff. But
I told you, I'm always like a little shocked when I find out that like people who are like over 40 will listen to our podcast. Not that
I feel over 40 listening.
Not many. I mean, I don't know how many. But there are some, and like I don't think 40's old. You know what? I shouldn't even say that. I'd say like when you get closer to 50, I think the mindset is different. Like you know, we grew up in a slightly different time.
Well, 40's Gen X. Those aren't boomers.
Right. No, and I'm not saying just boomers. I'm just saying like the older you are. Like for instance, like to Dez's son, like we are gonna have different ideologies and thoughts compared to his generation. You know, it doesn't mean we're so much older, but it's like, well, we think differently. So it always like shocks me because I'm like, oh my God, are they listening to Judge or like?
Yeah, no, I have a couple of my friends' parents who do listen, and they love it. They think it's funny.
What's up, you old farts?
They
Got you.
They I hope you can get up if you fall.
And I think Jesus, to them, it's
seriously,
like,
that's something you should be able to do if you're 40.
We're having conversation, and I guess they're understanding their kids without having that conversation with their kids.
Your kids are fucking without you knowing.
But it's also like they were there, like
so they can
40,
understand.
Like I said, 40's a new 30. Like they're not, and I know you guys are gonna roll your eyes at that, but it's like they're not that far off. Like we're acting like they're like 90, pushing 80, 90 years.
No,
old.
I think 40 to me is 40.
40 to me, you're a dad.
40.
Listen, I told you last weekend when I talked about like my cottage weekend over the long weekend. I was the youngest one there. Most people there were 40 plus, 39, 40. I think the oldest person was 45. And like when I tell you, it did not feel like, yes, there was a maturity level, but like not in a way that you would think. I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm such a child. It was like, oh my God, like this is cool. Like they can still drink and party and have fun, but there's also like mature conversation. It's great. It's not like once you become 45, you're old and decrepit.
Hugh, how old are you?
I'm gonna be 27.
Huh.
No, I talk to old people. I've been talking to old dudes more.
Old people.
They're old people. Anyone that's like a year older than me is an old person.
I can understand that.
I've been talking to older dudes more often. Pretty much what I've learned about guys is that guys don't have it figured out until like 40.
Facts.
That's what I've learned.
I've heard that as well.
Like and the guy was like,
and even then it's like
and like because the guy I was talking to this one dude at my work, this Kenyan dude. And I don't know why that matters, but but he was like to me, he's like he said I didn't figure it out. He said I'm 47, and he said I just figured it out. He said things are starting to actually make more sense now, and I was just like, and then I was talking, and then another guy, same thing. He's like 50, and he told me he said you think you'll have it figured out when you're 30. He's like, no, you'll maybe have it figured out when you're 40, but he said probably mid 40s. He said that's when you'll really start to like figure shit out. And then my friend's mom yesterday, she was talking about one of her guy friends. Was she talking about? I was still not her guy, but I think her cousin or whatever. I think, and same thing. She said about like 47. She said like that. He said like, oh, I haven't figured out. Girls figured out a lot earlier. But guys, we don't. He said like he's like, how old are you again? And I was like, he's like 26. I was like 26. He's like, oh, you're a fucking baby. He said what? You said you will not figure it out until you're like 40.
See, when I hear things like that, doesn't that make you want to figure it out before that?
No.
Like
I'll take the time.
I heard that a couple years ago, and I'm like, this. You cannot wait till you're 40 to figure it out. You got to figure it out now.
But that's the thing. He said you'll think you have it figured out, and then like 5 years later, he'd be like, "Oh, I didn't have it figured it out. I thought I did, but I didn't."
So
I
what
don't
if
accept
these people
that.
who are now
They're
telling
just
you
stupid.
they have it figured out
don't have it figured out?
Yeah, that's again.
Yeah.
I think the real thing that you learn in life when you have you ever seen any of those videos where like they go to a nursing home and they ask old people what their one thing of advice is? They are on their deathbed. They still don't have it figured out. And like, that's the thing. Life is always changing and evolving. So you're never going to have it figured out. You're going to adjust and adapt and grow and become better. But like, to have it figured out means like, you have the answer to all questions.
Not really the
you have
answer.
The key to all doors, all locks, and that's just not.
He just pretty much what they're saying is like that's when you start getting to like you're like
figuring it out is having the answer,
like
literally
figuring yourself out.
Yeah, to the point. And then they said that's when you start getting more into like your stride and everything, like financially and all that stuff. He said not until like you're like 40.
I think you can fall into yourself and grow and like really know yourself without having it all figured out. I do think there is a happy medium.
And then I was like looking at there's like an article explaining I think it was Business Insider. They had like all the ages, and then they're explaining like when you have like certain milestones of like in the different, and pretty much it's gonna prove it said like 45 to like 45, 50 for guys. That's when like when it comes to financial stuff and all that stuff, that's when they kind of are like in their stride. For girls, I think it was about 39 when they're like at their peak for that kind of stuff. And it was showing like when each sex finds one most attractive, and it was just showing a bunch of milestones at certain ages. And I was like, oh, it makes sense. And pretty much what it said, it was just like your youth is great, but like it's overrated. They said midlife is when everything gets fucking really awesome, and
that's why they said your 30s, your 40s, that's the 20s, because 20s is, they say that those are the best years of your life, but they're like, that's not actually true.
I'll stick with 40s. It's 40s.
It is 40s, obviously. You
no, I know what you're saying, but
you can't change. It's not what I'm saying. It's literally a saying.
No, I know. I'll stick with 40s. 40.
All right. So the verdict on soaking, Des, what are your...
I'll soak, but I'm not jump humping.
That's too much.
That's too much. I'm going to have sex.
See, okay, let me ask you. If you found out that your son was soaking, he's like, oh, but I haven't had sex, Dad.
I'd understand it. And I would tell him that it's still sex.
I would be like, just do
I would tell him that it's
this
still
point.
sex. But you know what? The fact that you're not thrusting and you're not, obviously you want to try something new, and this is what you're going to settle for. It's like your kid being like, oh no, that's completely different. I was going to go to drugs, but that's completely different.
Dad, I went to crack.
It's like, okay, I had a shot. I didn't finish the bottle though. Okay.
Dad, I stuck the needle in my arm, but I didn't squeeze.
Exactly.
Commit, you little bitch.
Okay.
You trying to get high or what?
Not that. But exactly. Like you stuck the needle in your arm. I feel
like that's more like, okay, I'm going to sit in a room with my friends who are smoking,
but I'm not smoking.
No, get the fuck out of the room, you dork.
And then
you're high, but you didn't smoke.
No, but jump humping is when like someone blows it into your mouth and you inhale.
Yeah, second.
It's like
being a fucking dork. It'll just blow it in my mouth.
I took a bong toke, but I didn't smoke the spliff. You smoked, buddy.
Blow it in the smoke in my mouth. I want to get high too. You fucking nerd. Just smoke it too, you dork.
No, the idea is you don't want to get high. You just want to experience.
Yeah, you're fucking dork.
I mean, chill. We're not gonna hate on all the Mormons now, but
I'm not hating on the Mormons. I'm hating on the blow smokers.
No. I was a blow smoker because I wanted to kiss them.
See, I know what
they secretly wanted to kiss, but they're too scared to say it. So
fucking puss.
Oh,
just commit. Commit. Kiss me on the mouth. Come on. Look, Glizzy said she likes to yelling. I'm gonna give her what she wants.
No, she's one person.
Yeah, one person's enough.
You called her Glizzy? I thought it was Jizzy.
Jizzy, Glizzy.
It's Jizzy.
Jizzy with the glizzy, man. Jizzy handling them glizz. Handling her glizz. Not hers, but her man's a glizz.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, let me ask you. So, Des had, I actually saw this clip, but Des brought it up today. There was a clip floating around online of Jack Harlow on the Big Facts podcast where they ask him, would you have sex with your cousin for $1 billion? So, Hugh, would you have sex with your cousin for $1 billion with a B, dollars?
A billion that has a B in it?
Well, no, I want to make sure people don't think I'm saying million, you asshole.
With my cousin?
With your cousin.
Maybe like third cousin.
First.
Your immediate cousin. Your favorite cousin.
I don't really have. I don't have a favorite cousin. When I have sex with my cousin, for a bill, I guess it's $1 billion. It's like 10 minutes of horror.
10 minutes?
Just 10 minutes of horror.
Would it make a difference if it was $1 million?
I wouldn't do it for $1 million. $1 million's not a lot of money anymore.
I agree, but it's still a lot more than a lot of people see in their lifetime.
That's fine. Save your money properly. You'll see it in your lifetime.
Would you?
For $1 billion? Hell yeah. I'll bust it wide open. What you mean? Hey, cousin, what you doing? No, but I agree. Like, my first thought with, like with Hugh was like, oh, like a third cousin. Like, we're all technically related anyways. Like, you know, we all came from one
something
thing in Africa. No. What?
You didn't come from a puss?
I mean, yes, but I was trying to say, like,
asshole baby.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You know what an asshole baby is? It's an ugly baby.
Joe, go ahead. Continue what you're saying, please.
Hugh, you're spitting water everywhere. I see it. He's trying to deny it, and
he's trying to say sorry.
No, he's not. He's trying to be like, no, it's not. Like, swallow it. You're gonna choke and drown. Swallow the water.
That's crazy that he tried to grab the bottle for more.
I was gonna spit it in the bottle. Oh, fuck me. I remember when I heard that, I died. I'm not saying you're an asshole baby, but that's what an asshole baby is. I'm not saying you're an asshole baby, don't worry.
I didn't think you were. Now I'm like, wait a minute.
No, I don't want you to jump to the conclusion and think that I was calling you an asshole baby.
I don't jump to conclusions.
Confirm it.
Why you say that? Because I'm a woman? Des.
Oh, please, you don't even have to ask me for sure.
I'm gonna lick that shit up.
You like give me $1,000 and we can call it a day.
Come on now, like let's be for real. Money is money. $1 million, I would do it for $1 million. Yes, for sure. Billion? Oh, for $1 billion?
Would you do it for $100K?
For $100K, maybe I'll do it for $500K.
No, that's not what I asked.
For $100K, no. But if it's like, would you give your cousin head for $100K? I would.
I feel like that's worse.
It is worse.
It's pretty personal.
Yeah, it's very
but
personal.
if we're having sex, I'm doing the whole shebang.
No, they're not asking you to do the whole
Okay,
shebang.
first of all, if you can get,
understand why we have so many family fuckers. We have a family fucker right here.
Wet, if you can get wet or hard,
no, you don't need to.
Of course you
pop
do.
Pop a Viagra, pop some lube, and do the do. It's business. It's not pleasure.
No way. This is pleasure. If I'm doing this,
you're nasty.
I don't want.
Ew.
Okay, if I'm having sex with my cousin for $1 billion, whether it's 10 minutes or 5, you think I'm gonna be like, oh my god,
I'm not gonna be like, oh my god,
this is the worst 5 minutes ever. I'm be like, oh, take this dick. Come on, cousin Terry, let's go. Why did you go with Terry?
Terry's unisex.
Terry?
Oh,
I just thought of a country name. Cousin Terry.
You have country cousins?
No, I was just saying like a country name.
He had the hay straw. What is this? What is it called? Wheat in his mouth. Yeah, he knows Terry.
Come on, there. We gotta get that $1 billion, boy.
No, like when I say I'd bust it wide open, like it's business, like open for business, literally. Like, let's do this transaction. I'll give you a cut. Shoot, I'll split it with you. Like, you know, but like, I'm not gonna enjoy it.
You better enjoy it. You're gonna be thinking about it for the rest of your life.
That's what therapy's for, man.
Yeah.
Please, therapy doesn't really do anything.
But also, like, I don't have any cousins that I'm like super, super, super close to, so it's not like.
So it's not gonna be as bad then.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, some people are very close with their cousins. Like, if I was like that, I couldn't.
Yeah, I'm close enough with my cousins that I was gonna be like, ugh.
What? I'm close enough to my cousin where I'd be like, yo, this is what it is. That's what it is.
Come on, Terry.
Boom.
Says
Teamwork.
the man who wants to go down on her.
Teamwork. Back it up. I would have fun doing it. I
moved down south to Atlanta, man.
I would have fun doing it for $1 billion. I'm not gonna be miserable.
To Atlanta? You think they're fucking their cousins?
Oh,
in
for
Atlanta?
sure. I think in every state
they're fucking their
cousins.
Southern state, man, they're cousins.
Maybe different.
Got a lot of cousin fuckers
maybe
down there, buddy.
Different places in Georgia, but Atlanta specifically.
Atlanta's a fucked up city in general. You don't know what's what down there. So there are just some cousin fuckers down there.
I was in.
I mean, there's cousin fuckers everywhere. I mean, look, I got one sitting right next to me, but I mean,
don't talk about Kingsley like that.
It's true.
But okay, the fact that you know that a dog would do that and you would also do it, that
we all said we would do it. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
I just admitted that I would enjoy it. I like sex.
There's a lot.
I'm very vulnerable right now. I have not had. Guys, please.
Shut up! You think anyone's gonna feel sympathy for you?
I just want to enjoy the experience.
Is this a choice though?
Is it a choice?
Yeah.
To what? Enjoy the experience?
No, not have sex.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Is this one or the other?
It's a choice.
It's a choice to not have sex because I'm not going out of my way to try and have sex.
You're good then.
I'm not good. But for $1 billion, that is in my way. So if I'm going to do it,
right. But I might. Okay,
if you're going to do something
Hugh, when
right.
you hear this question, did you not just assume like regular penetration in and out, like
very
standard?
Sex.
So the fact that you're like smacking that ass, you're thinking like doggy style.
Because that's what sex is to me.
You're thinking I'm going to go down on her.
I'm not. How's my dick going to get hard? I don't pop pills. I don't even take Advil.
Then watch porn or something before.
Let me beat my meat and then look at my cousin and think I'm going to be hard? No, I got to set the mood. You don't need to
go to
set
completion.
The mood. I'm going to light the candles.
You're disgusting. No, look. I hope none of your cousins ever listen to this. Because if I was your cousin, I would not be able to look you in the eye after this.
I'm not mad. Like, make the most out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
The family reunion is going to be real interesting this year. You want to celebrate every holiday, everything with your family? Okay.
No, those are relatives.
Enjoy family day.
I want just my immediate family.
Okay.
What the fuck? Yeah, you walked into that, buddy. You walked right into that one.
Wow, you actually made him stop in his tracks.
Well, because I'm like, technically, I did.
What?
Your immediate family is like...
You fucked them?
I'm talking about like Caden's mom and Caden.
Technically, well,
those are my immediate family. You think those are my relatives now? My brother and my mom are relatives.
See, well, that's the thing. It's very noble of you to look. Not every man will look at their baby mama as family anymore if they're not together. You know what I mean?
But that's family.
I know. I said that's very noble.
Oh,
but she's not a relative.
Who?
Baby mom.
No, I would consider that's family. Like when I say my family, I'm talking about her and Caden.
Right, but we're talking about like blood, like cousins. You share an aunt and uncle. Like your parents are siblings.
Yeah,
those are cousins.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and you would still do it.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know where we were going with this.
We're not talking because you're kind of finding a loophole, being like, yeah, well, technically, I already had sex with my baby mama. Like, I could do it again. But
no, because I said family because he was like, oh, you'd have sex with your family. And I'm like, technically, I did.
He was just trying to trap you in a...
that's why I froze. I was like, well, technically, I did.
Yeah, but the freezing made you look real sus.
Oh. Made you pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
My bad.
You're like, mama's looking kind of good.
You're so stupid.
You can't pause. When he says you're going to fuck your family, you can't pause.
I came out. I'm about to go back in.
Oh, boy.
You can't pause with something like that. Oh, my God. All right, Hugh. Mr. MLK, what was your dream?
MLK?
You said you had a dream.
Knee slapper.
That was a hard slap. That almost sounded like Des slapping his fake cousin's ass.
No. Wow. Please leave her out of this. Please leave her out of
Shirley
this.
out of this.
You're thinking of a particular cousin?
No. Well, I'm not. Joe, honestly. Joe, I'm going to headbutt you. I swear to God.
That's violent.
I'm going to headbutt.
Like at least a punch with a headbutt.
What am I going to say? Leave him out of this? Leave them out of this?
Just but like, if you're not talking about anyone in particular,
it's going to be a her.
Why? That's not part of the question.
It's going to be a her for me.
No. If it's for $1 billion,
you said head. I was very confused. Are you going to suck a dude dick or a woman dick?
Oh, you don't call it head when you go down on a girl?
I know, I'm still being a dick.
Yo, honestly, what was your dream?
No. Hold on. Before I move on, like, let me ask you.
Yeah?
For $1 billion with a male cousin.
No.
Why? It's just business.
No, because my no-no zone, I'm really very particular about my no-no zone.
What's your no-no zone?
My bum. I don't like anything around.
You can be the top.
I don't care. No.
Would you give him oral sex? You
no.
Give your female cousin oral sex?
I would give my female cousin.
Ew! Stop saying it like that.
What do you mean?
Des, you're like if you're gonna salivating.
If I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it with confidence.
Hey, you gotta
if you're gonna commit.
Would you have sex with a male cousin for $1 billion? No. $1 billion?
No.
I have pride.
Any sort of...
Thank you.
No, it could be any...
Nope.
Why?
No.
My no means no.
No.
See, to me, it's transactional, so I could do it with a female cousin.
Yeah, but you're not close with your cousins the same way...
Even if I was closer. Honestly, I feel like if you have a female cousin that you're close with, it would be easier than a male cousin.
Oh, my God.
Men make things weird.
Why? Because I want to enjoy this?
Yes, exactly. That's why. That's why. So, all right. Anyways, go ahead with your dream.
I think, what day was this? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the day. No, because this was like the first dream I had in months because of weed. And I remember, and it was a bad dream. It wasn't really that. It was weird. It was a bad dream, but then when I analyzed the dream, it wasn't that bad. But like, it was weird because I haven't had a nightmare. It wasn't a nightmare. I haven't had a negative dream in like I don't fucking remember the last time. Because I normally have pretty good control of my dreams.
I think you can call it a bad dream. I think there's such thing as like a bad dream without it being a full-blown nightmare, you know?
But pretty much...
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's just
My brother does that too, and I don't know what that means.
That's the point.
Which brother?
Come on. Dwayne. We know that.
Dwayne!
Do you want...
What?
Why did you have to scream his brother's name like that?
Because I've done that in the past.
He did.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's been a very long time.
Yeah.
Do you want to describe to everyone listening what exactly it was he was doing? Because to me, the way I would describe it was like having a seizure, but also honestly, Parkinson's in the hands.
Like,
yeah, that's almost what you were doing.
If you were a sheep. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, with the noise.
Yeah.
He's literally just seizing
and shaking his hands.
And his whole body.
Yeah.
His whole upper body. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, how did this dream start? So pretty much, if you don't know who Tom Segura is, he's a guy, he's a comedian, a big white guy with a big beard, and he has a podcast called Your Mom's House. He has someone I like because he has such a dark sense of humor, and he's kind of like things that's like I don't know, you see like a video of a guy jumping off the roof and he breaks his leg, you'll laugh at that, and I'm the same way. I'm like, you dummy. But pretty much how the dream starts off is, it happened in my old house in the front yard, and then him, or at least a guy that sounded like him but didn't look like him, was chasing his friend around, Bert Kreischer around, which is another comedian. He was chasing him around with a gun, and they were just laughing. And yeah, he's just chasing him around with a gun, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And I'm just like, okay, cool.
So wait, are you, in this dream, are you physically there, or are you like watching it on a screen?
No, I'm watching it. I'm just like
at his front yard.
No, at first I was fishing, but then somehow I ended up in my front yard. Like, we were all fishing, but then somehow we ended up in it was a very confusing dream. Okay. And then we ended up in my front yard, and then Tom throws the gun to me, and then we transition to a room, and Bert's dead. Bert was dead, and then Tom's like ha 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 and laughing. But this guy is not Tom Segura, but he sounds like Tom Segura. That's where the part where I didn't realize that, and towards the end I was like, that's not Tom Segura. Who the fuck is this white guy? But yeah, and then Bert's just in a room dead, and then it transitions later, and then me and Bert are together, and we're just at a hotel, and then we go to the room, and then we're just like, oh, Tom's a killer. But then I'm just like, wait, Bert, you're dead. How are you here right now? I'm just like confused, and we're just in the room just like looking around, and we're like, okay, we got to get out of here. And then we find his wife, Christina Pazitsky, and then it's just me and her.
Who is also a comedian.
Yeah, also a comedian, great comedian. She has a lot of great advice for people. But whatchamacallit, yeah, so then I'm with Christina P, and then where did we end up? We were just like talking. I was just like, how do you feel about your husband being a killer? And she was like, I'm not surprised.
But I thought it wasn't him.
But I didn't realize.
Wouldn't she
no.
know?
I didn't realize this until the end. Until I woke up.
She didn't know either.
No, I told him, I was like, yo, he killed Bert. And I was like, it's Bert. So then, yeah, we find out that I tell her that, yeah, your husband's a killer, and then she's kind of like, oh, whatever about it. And then we transition into my friend's backyard, and then we're just like, she's just moving stuff around, and then I'm just like doing my thing. And all of a sudden, she just stops and has a straight face and looks into the corner of the backyard. Then I see a guy dressed like kind of like a hunter, but wearing like the orange hat and stuff, and a big old beardy guy. And then I was like, oh shit, it's Tom. And then I start running, and then I hit like the gate, and then I see a hatchet fly right by me, and then he's like, it's time to burn. And then that's when I wake up, and I'm just like, whoa, what the hell? And then I was just like, I was so confused. I was just like, what the hell does this mean? I was like, oh god, that was a bad dream. I couldn't go back to sleep. It was one of those. I was like super like, oh, what the fuck? But then I was just like, I started thinking about it, and I was like, wait a second, how he killed people was by their occupation, because they were laughing each around, and then then he killed him, so he's a comedian, and then he was gonna kill me, saying time to burn, which is my future occupation I want to do as a firefighter. So he's gonna kill me in that way.
Well, also, didn't you say a hatchet flew by your head?
Yeah, that's what also made it kind of weird, because I like throwing axes, and I miss chopping wood really badly. But what got really confusing was just like, this guy, who is this white guy that I've potentially seen in my life one time?
Maybe
but
it means you need to chill from like your
white
mom's,
people.
I love the whites
from the
They're
podcast.
So huh?
Maybe you need like take a break from their show. Like they're like
take a break from the white people.
No, I like the whites, man.
They obviously don't like you.
No, yeah, it was just confusing. But at the same time I was like excited because I was like, yo, I haven't had a dream in so long.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, the withdrawal is now over.
And then that's what you friggin' dream.
Yeah, and then
your
like
first dream back. Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that bad.
Maybe that was like months of suppressed dreams just coming
definitely.
out.
But it was like not even. It wasn't even bad.
Finally.
It wasn't even bad.
You said you woke up shook and you couldn't.
No, because I realized the part that was bad was me gonna get killed. I didn't care about the rest of the other people.
Oh, so you don't mind watching people get murdered?
No.
Oh,
God. What if we were saying Tom's the killer?
It's a joke.
Tom's the killer.
Yeah.
And who's the other guy?
Bert Kreischer, but he's dead.
Bert.
But he
what
also
if
came back to
you killed Bert and Tom is gonna kill you?
See, I don't know
because
I don't know because
Tom threw you the gun and all of a sudden Bert was dead in the next scene. You're laughing, but that's what I got from it. You could be the killer.
No, see, what I got from that is like, I killed someone. Let me pass a murder weapon on to Des.
He wasn't dead yet. They were running around laughing, and then he threw the gun to Hugh, and then in the next scene, he's dead.
Bert's dead, but I'm with Bert.
Hugh was the last one.
Bert's dead, but I'm with Bert.
Yeah, you're with Bert.
You're also dead in the afterlife.
But
you're both dead.
I don't know.
Why can you see his ghost? Because you probably killed him.
No, I don't know.
Takes off the headphones. Let me get out of here before they get me.
I don't know, but it was interesting. And then I had like my lemon cake dream, and I was like, maybe that means something because I have been craving lemon cake for like years. I haven't had like a good lemon cake in a while. I love lemon cake. So maybe that was a sign.
Only you would go from guns and axes to lemon
cake. Everything you're saying just sounds like things that you want to do. You want lemon cake. Yeah. You want to do the firefighting. Yeah. And you want to go back to throwing axes. Yeah.
And chopping wood.
Yeah.
I found a fun fact about it. That. I don't want to kill people. Yeah, but I found a fun fact about chopping wood.
I just meant like throwing.
Yeah, I don't have a tree I can do that anymore. Yeah. No, apparently chopping wood, if you chop wood for 2 hours, it boosts your testosterone up by like 45%. Something like that. I'm not getting it right, but I know just doing it for a short amount just boosts your testosterone. Testosterone. And it makes because it's like just something I love doing so much. And I was like, man, it makes sense, I guess. But yeah.
Well, that's a very huge dream.
All right. Well, now is the time where we are going to get into a listener submitted question. So if you are listening to this podcast and you have a question, a story, anything really, we want to hear from you. So you can write into us at thissquareroom.com/ask. You can remain anonymous if you so choose. And today we have a question from Lenny.
Lenny. Mm-hmm. Sounds like a made up name. Sounds like a I don't know. You don't really meet a lot of Lennys. Leonard? Is that your full name?
I
don't hear a lot of Lennys. That's why. I was like, maybe it's a. No, whatever.
It's probably a nickname because I feel like
Lenny.
You know, like Carl and Lenny from The Simpsons.
Lenny.
That's what I think of.
Leonard.
Was Lenny the black one?
I think so. Didn't watch The Simpsons.
Or was that Carl?
I think Lenny was I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Anyways, so yes, this question today is from Lenny. Oh, my phone just locked. Okay. Lenny says, "What's up, guys?
What's up?
I wanted to hear the stories of the worst kiss and worst sexual experience you had." That's all.
That's it. We're getting into some trauma there, buddy.
Oh God, trauma.
The worst kiss.
Hugh, do you want to start? Because I don't like when Des laughs evil like that. Do you have anything that comes to mind?
No, I haven't had any shit kisses.
I feel like we might have, it might have been before Des joined, when we had, I feel like I've definitely told this story. I can tell it again. Mine was a guy that, like, we were talking or whatever, and I remember he, like, took the bus / rode his bike to my house one evening, and, like, we walked to the park, and we were talking, and then he walked me back home, and we're, like, standing in my driveway, and he's trying to kiss me goodnight, and I was like, okay, and I lean in, kiss him, but, like, when I tell you, from, like, under my nose to the bottom of my chin, like, just tongue everywhere, like, outside, like, it was so gross, and I remember pulling back, because I was like, ooh, and he was like, he just thought I was, like, shy, so he's like, oh, don't be scared, and I was like, I'm scared, but not for the reason you think I am. I was like, oh my God.
Murder.
Yeah, and he kept trying to pull me, and I'm like, you know, my mom's gonna be wondering where I am, because I was like, I couldn't, even now, I don't think I'd be able to tell someone, like, to their face like that.
That's
you know what?
No,
that's a lie. Now I'd be like, okay, like less tongue, and then like I would give him another, like you know, like let's try again, like, or you know what? How about this? You follow my lead. You don't lead anymore.
You don't move.
But back then, I was like, I gotta go home.
Dad. There's no place like home. There's no place.
Like, he had his hand like, you know, like around like your lower back, right? And he's like kissing me, so I'm trying to lean away, but it's just my upper body because I
gotta get that headbutt, man.
Yeah, who am I, Des?
Yeah. Ow! Oh, sorry. Oh God, I gotta go.
Yeah. But what threw me off? It's like, okay, be a bad kisser, but don't be cocky. Oh, you scared? Oh, don't be scared. Come on,
because that's what they think it is.
To this day, it makes my skin crawl. And I also have another experience. I think that one I told on the podcast, but there's that. And then this one, I don't know if I've ever told. I probably have actually. It was one guy, and like it was a very welcomed kiss, and the kiss was fine. It wasn't like the greatest kiss or anything, but then he tried to bite my lip.
Yes.
And when I tell you, searing pain, I was like, what the fuck? This is Vampire Diaries? Like, why are you biting my lip so freaking hard? I literally had to check. You know when you check to see if there's blood?
Yep.
It was so hard. It felt like I felt like I tasted blood. Like it was that bad. And I was like, and I never told him this.
Why?
Because I was young. Like, you know, like you just get
stupid.
But I was like, I'm like, I don't know who you've been kissing, but like
this is not it.
Like when you bite someone's lip, first of all, like I've never done that because I was scarred from a young age, and like that's why that's definitely not something I'm into because like I'm just triggered. But like I feel like you gotta do it light, and if the person wants a little pressure, but like you don't just go straight teeth to the lip.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but those are definitely my two worst kisses. I still think that the first one, like the sloppy one, was worse only because aside from the lip biting, the other one was like, it was between like mediocre to good. It was like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, ooh, this is great, but it was okay aside from that one thing. But the other one was just bad all over. So that's my worst kiss.
My two worst kisses. One of them was me. Like I was the problem, and I know that, and I can admit that.
What was it?
I just got braces, and I was very self-conscious about the braces, so I actively chose not to kiss anybody or do anything. But you can only run for so long. So I'm about to kiss this girl, and she sees that I'm nervous, and she's like, "Don't worry, like
don't be a pussy, bro."
Pretty much is what she
kiss me on the lips.
So she pulls me
my
in,
second lips,
and she starts kissing me. And when I tell you, my braces are cutting up my lips. They're cutting up her lips.
What the fuck were you guys doing?
I don't know what I was doing.
How are you cutting your lips and her lips?
I don't know.
Are your lips open so much that your teeth are exposed?
I don't know, guys. Listen.
Your braces are under your
lip. Like I said, I can admit that I was the problem for this one, and I felt so ashamed.
Cut her?
I cut her. I cut me. I cut we. Like, I'm pretty sure I had to get new brackets. That was a funny one, Des. But
only
no,
people
it
who
was.
Had braces know what bracket. Like, do you know what a bracket is? No. See, Hugh doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know the struggle of having braces.
Okay, so it's everyone who doesn't know, it's the little, like, each tooth has
a bracket
on it.
The thing that's literally on the tooth,
and then the wire connects them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that one was on me, and I can own up to that one. That was a bad kiss on my part.
I still understand because
I don't understand.
Like, okay, right now your lips are covering your teeth unless you like choose to like smile like big and like move your teeth, you move your lips. So if you are kissing, why are your lips moving out of the way to the point when the brackets are exposed to her teeth?
I don't.
Are you grinning like the friggin' Joker while you're kissing?
I don't.
And why are the brackets so sharp?
Because
how did they not cut up the inside of your lip?
Are aggressively kissing each other, man.
I don't know anything.
You probably just headbutted her.
This is how I kiss in my country.
In my country?
Yeah.
And then
this is how my tribe kisses.
The other horrible kiss I had was, I think it was this girl's first time kissing, which is why I kind of don't like talking about it, because I do feel kind of bad.
Fuck it.
But it was all teeth to, like, her teeth were just like hitting my teeth constantly, and I'm just like, yo, like, relax.
Wow, I just fixed these, bro. What are you doing?
Well, I didn't have braces at the time, but I was just
that's
like,
probably why they're mashed up in the first place.
That's not funny.
Not on you, on the girl. Teeth to teeth, just mash up the, need braces after that.
My teeth were not mashed.
Oh, my teeth. You ruined my teeth.
I don't like the way this episode's going. I feel like I've been attacked from the beginning.
You
You no.
You ruined my smile, you whore.
I'm glad you guys are gonna kick out of this.
But you walk into this, you're out here kissing with your teeth, with your braces, and going down on your cousin. Like, you just nasty.
Oh, man.
And the worst, what was the second part? The worst sex?
PP experience.
Yeah, I think he said or, kiss or say, but if you have a bad sex story, then.
You come in someone's eye.
Why are you moaning?
Because
you're like moaning
weirdo.
into the microphone. You're like,
on the bright side, this time I didn't look at anybody, right?
Yeah, good.
I'm really trying to think because that's a lot of sex. So I'm trying to really.
Oh my God, Des.
I'm trying to pinpoint the bad ones. Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you had a lot of sex, you're bound to have more than one bad experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
hope
like,
you don't have any.
I feel like I'm just biased, like
probably
because at a young age I was having sex. So it's like when other people start having sex, I've been having sex. So my experience and their experience level is like kind of different. So I wouldn't want to call it bad because it's not what I'm used to. You know, I'd feel like I'm insulting them, and
that's fine.
No. I don't like to do that.
That's okay.
To each his own, you know.
That's true.
Boy, you told the story about the girl whose pussy stank, and you're gonna talk about.
Okay, no.
You don't want to embarrass people.
No.
That's her fault.
Thank you very much. If you know. You see what I'm saying? If you're like
putrid.
If you know you're not sexually active and you want to have sex, that's fine. Like, you know, it's.
What?
I don't have any story to tell. I don't like. I'm afraid of everything. I'm afraid of everything.
The light is flickering, but it's because that's just how the light is. If you don't have it in the right, the
it
knob.
Was fine.
You know what it is.
But if you don't have the knob in the right position, it's gonna do that.
It didn't do that, bro.
Yeah, but you don't scare him.
Demons, bro.
Halloween's right around the corner.
Some demons. And you told me not to scare me. You gonna say Halloween? Some demons, bro. It's okay.
I'm just trying to.
It's the world telling me just shut your mouth.
Pray, man.
It's the ghost of girlfriends past.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Don't you dare tell that story.
I dare you.
Don't you talk about my stinky vagina. Don't you talk about my Montreal steak meat pussy.
Oh my God.
You say Montreal steak meat?
Yes, you heard
Is
what
that
he
a
said.
thing?
Yeah.
Montreal smoked meat. Okay. I'm not gonna ask.
It's a good sandwich.
All right.
Not if your vagina looks like that.
I don't know about that.
Probably tastes great.
You know, every time I get Hugh to turn on the light, it flickers because he doesn't put it on properly. That's why sometimes I turn it on ahead of time. It's okay. Stop being such a
I can't. This is how horror movies. And the darkest person dies first. Hello, me. I don't.
Find a dark corner to hide in then.
Shit. I don't like that. I don't like that one. I don't like that
Eugene.
one. I don't like that one.
Don't smile, bro.
I don't like that.
Eugene, I'm not gonna let you do that, my friend, like that. That's
Too late.
horrible.
I already did it.
I don't like that
That's
one.
horrible. Des, I have your back this
Thank
time.
you.
Not with the cousin stuff, but with this one, I got your back. I'm sorry. You said you were gonna headbutt me. I can't have your back that much. That could kill me. You have a big ass head.
No, not. Everybody keeps saying that.
It's okay to have a big head.
I have a big head too.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
I think I have a big head.
You have a small head.
I don't have a small head.
I think you have an average size head.
Do I? Okay.
Yeah. Hugh, I think you have a small head.
Nah, I got my hat size. Is
maybe
like
it's your like your upper body is really built, so it makes your head look small.
I think you have a big dome, like the head part, because you wear big hats, but your face is not big, and you have little ears. Yeah. I have little ears as well.
Yeah. My hat size.
You have little ears. You have little ears.
Yeah.
Why'd you smile? Like, I know.
Because I was waiting for you to do it.
Yeah. My ENT was actually like looking at my ears. He's like, "Oh, you got some small ears." So I was like, "Okay." Thanks. It was weird because I'm like, I've been seeing him for like 3-4 years now. I'm like, you're just gonna say this? Like, okay. Just also a random thing. I'm like, is that a bad thing? Like, does that mean I'm gonna be deaf? Like, what does that mean? But
you got 5 years left, man.
Listen, I'm trying to learn some ASL right now.
What's ASL?
American Sign Language.
Just in case.
Yes. No, but I also think, like, what if I meet a deaf friend and I want to communicate with them? Don't do that.
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Eugene.
I used to always, like, my stepdad would ask me a question, and I used to always be like, and he would always, like, flick my ear or, like, something to inflict pain. And he'd be like, do I look like a dummy to you? I was like, What does that have to do with anything? I just don't know the answer to your question.
You know what's funny? I saw this earlier on Instagram, and I feel like, I don't know, Hugh, maybe not you. I don't even have to ask you. I know you can relate. It was, I think it was a TikTok, but it was on Instagram. The girl, she was in her bed, and then it was like of course it was a black girl, and it was a parent being like, you can hear them like coming up the stairs and like, oh, I know you ain't sleeping at this, and she pops up and starts making the bed.
Oh my God.
And then the door flings open, and the parent is like, oh, I thought you were asleep. Good, you better be up. And like that type of thing.
Yeah.
And like all the comments were like, yo, did all black people grow up in the same household? Because
yes.
Why is it? But my mom never did that. Well, not like that, at least. Like, she would call me and be like, oh, you need to get up. And like, she'd bitch, but she would never like threaten. She'd never burst the door open. Like, you know, she was...
Like, wake up.
She would just kind of bitch and be like, oh, you're still sleeping. Your day's being wasted. But she wouldn't like...
And then throw all the stuff off your dresser.
No, that was when it was messy.
I know.
Why
you trying to comfort me, cousin fucker?
We all said yes. We all said yes. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You're going to eat that pussy.
I said it's business.
You're going to eat pussy. I was going to eat my cousin pussy.
Pleasure.
I was going to get biblical with it. Just missionary and that's it.
I was told if you're going to do something, do it right.
You're disgusting.
You can fuck right. You don't eat pussy.
Think I'm going to have sex with my cousin for $1 billion? And it's not really $1 billion. Because you're not getting if you do not give your cousin some of that money, you are a horrible person. So you are not getting $1 billion.
Well, clearly, you're also giving your cousin an orgasm. So, I mean...
duh.
You don't need to have an orgasm to have sex. I'm a fucking woman.
Orgasm. If you do not orgasm when I have sex, I would think I'm useless. What was I here for?
It is your cousin.
If you're going to do something, do it right.
I can't fault that. Can't fault that.
And I would not be sober. I would be high as a kite.
Well, but that's you every day.
There you go.
So that's not like
very true.
That's not like I rarely smoke, but I have to be high for this one.
You're
like, I was planning on being high anyway, so I might as well.
couldn't be sober for this one. I would think too much, and that would be a problem.
Okay, all right, Mister. I'll go down on my cousin.
I would go down for $1 billion. Yes.
No, you said 100,000.
Yes. And I said 500. I said 500.
No, but then I said, would you? No, you said you go down for 100.
Oh yeah, that's easy. That's quick down and up.
And I also made a joke and I said 1,000 and you said, "Yup." roll back the tapes.
Yep. You don't gotta roll it back. Yep.
You said money is money. I'll do anything for some money. So don't try to pass it off as like, only if it's $1 billion.
We're all family here. Isn't that what you said? Roll back the tape. Got him.
What?
That's what you said. We're all family.
Who's all family?
That's what you said.
Thank you, Hugh.
In regards to what?
Everybody. When we were talking about the cousin thing.
I was like, when it comes to like third cousin,
we're
fourth
all
cousin.
Family here.
Yeah.
We all came from the same place.
Yeah, but I said third, fourth cousin. I did not say my first cousin.
Well, the conversation. Anyways.
You have to go down like you eating a 5-course meal, you nasty.
I wouldn't be able to finish 5. I can barely finish 1.
Really?
It's so embarrassing.
Really?
So embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
Like, very embarrassing.
Did you say that is embarrassing?
It is. I see people look at me like, you're a big guy and you can't finish this.
Fucking
like,
weirdo.
Oh, yeah, and I feel bad because I'm really full and I really can't, and I'm really trying.
I'm trying, God. I can't eat more.
Wait, so, Hugh, you never told a story.
About what?
Like your worst kiss.
I don't have one.
He doesn't have one. That's what he said.
I don't have one.
No? Do you have like an awkward one?
No.
Wow. No. Good for you, Mr. I only have good experiences. One thing that I have learned though from like when I'm kissing someone new, I always let them lead. Because everyone has a different kissing style and I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm going to kiss the way you want me to kiss because I don't feel like I have my own style. I feel like it varies on the person, you know?
What if they're thinking the same thing? You guys just
No, then like someone makes a move, but usually guys think they need to be the more dominant one, so they tend to do something. Like some guys are very tonguey, some guys are very like not tonguey at all. It's like, you know, meet them where it is.
I only feel like I have to be the more dominant one if they put their hand on my face. You know how people like touch your face when they're kissing?
I feel like that's very loving. That's not like
as soon as you put your hand on my face, I'm like, challenge accepted.
Really?
Throw their hands on me.
I would feel like a hand around the neck or around like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be more of a thing. I feel like a hand on the cheek is like, kiss me lovingly, soft. No. Like, you know?
If you put your hand on my face, bro,
I want to die.
You're about to do something that you don't want to do.
See, because if I was trying to be like gentle and give someone a kiss and I put my hand on their cheek and they're like, I'd be like, no.
If somebody was trying to kiss me, I'd be like,
And then they're like, you scared? You scared? I'll be like, yeah, I'm scared.
Don't run.
Get back here, girl.
You know you want this.
I want them, both them lips.
Be a runner and a track star at that point.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, wait, that was a listener question, right?
Yeah, that was Lenny.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thanks, Lenny.
Leonard.
That's not his name.
Yeah, we don't actually know that, so.
Leonard.
He's like, I don't care. But yes, thank you for writing in, Lenny. If anyone else wants to write in, question, story, like I said, anything, we can write in, or you can write into thissquareroom.com/ask. We love to hear from you.
Tell us. Ask us questions. Ask us. Yeah, so you sent me like a little thing earlier of like some meme or whatever, and there's a guy hitting a ball.
Oh, yes.
And I can't remember what it said, but it made me think of like this, I probably told it before, but it made me think of this time when I was playing baseball. And fucking, I've seen it happen a couple times. They're pretty much like a pitcher getting a line drive to their face, or like their chest or whatever. And it just made me think of a time when I was like playing baseball. I think I was in the dugout, and the kid just got a line drive right to his face.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And he's just like, yeah!
Okay, so the video that he was talking about is professional MLB.
Okay.
The pitcher throws the ball, the batter hits the ball, but it goes straight, like directly to the pitcher.
Yeah. Oh, and it
barely. Matrix. Yeah, he does like a matrix. Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw that clip, but it was like a meme, like, oh, when I'm trying to dodge questions, or one of those.
Yeah, dodge your X's.
Something like that. Yeah.
And I sent it to Hugh because I know Hugh likes baseball, and to me, I understand how fast he's like all that happened in like 2 seconds, and I'm like, that's crazy for him to dodge the ball.
Because I had my friend, who was a pitcher, he had the same thing happen to him, but he caught it, and I've seen it plenty of times where the guys be like, oh, and the same thing's happened to me when I've been at like shortstop for a second, I'm not paying attention, then the ball's coming in. That's why, like, for me, if you try to touch me around here, my instinct is to go like this.
Oh, reflex.
It's just in my reflex, once you touch like from my top of my head to like my diaphragm, my body just says slap or catch. And especially like doing martial arts, it enforces that even more.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Like, I don't even think about it. Just like,
you know how many times I've like leaned in to be like, oh, hey, Hugh, like, give him a hug, and he'll slap my hand. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, I don't know. Eugene, I wasn't even coming at you like fast. It's like, he's like, oh, it's just my instincts kicking in. I'm like, what are you, fucking war veteran? Like, why are you so traumatized?
I definitely understand that because I do the same thing, but not as aggressive as you. Definitely not.
No, it's for sure very aggressive.
Like, if I see someone coming like towards like my chest to my face, I grab their hand and I twist it. I'm just like, oh my god, I am so sorry. One time I accidentally hurt my brother, and it was a true accident.
Okay, accident.
It was a true accident, but it's just like super reaction at that point. And he was coming to poke me, and like I slapped his
finger.
No, I slapped his hand. But like I took my other hand and then I grabbed the hand while I slapped it. So it was like pow pow. And then like I just like twist his arm. And I'm like, oh my God. I am so sorry, Dante. I am so sorry. Friday we went to the movies and he went to go touch me and I slapped his hand and I kicked him.
What?
And this is in public. And I'm like, I am so sorry. I should not have kicked you. My bad.
Oh yeah, Roundhouse. Oh, sorry, man.
Karate chop.
Shit. Yeah, I don't know. For me, I don't know. I just don't like being not touched, I guess. I don't know.
I have a question. So,
question.
Caden is doing his homework, and he has to write a journal. And I read the question, and I was like, huh. And I thought about it personally, and I kind of want to hear what you guys have to say, because I feel like, okay, so what is something that you're proud of, something that you've done that you're proud of? I guess Hugh, you can.
What have I done that I'm proud of? That's too personal. I guess lately, I've been just like focusing on myself and like journaling more often and reading and stuff more often, and like, journaling and reading and studying, and really like it's doing more thinking. And like. And then like also with like doing and then really just taking care of my body and stuff, body and mind more. And I've noticed this like in the past like 2 months within myself, and I've had other people tell me like, hey, something's
you changed,
something's changing there, and it's like good job. But I've had like people at my work tell me, I've had some of my friends tell me that too, and I'm just like, okay,
You're like, yes, good for you.
And I notice myself, like, I have 3 journals. Oh, okay. I have 3 fucking journals. So, and I just, like, and I find myself, I'm asking more questions, especially to old people. Like, I was reading, Marcus Aurelius, like, Book of Meditations, and there's a part, it's like split up into chapters, like book 1, book 2, and there's like verses, and there's one I was reading, I was like, what the fuck does this mean? I asked one of my friends, I read to him, he's like, I don't know what the fuck this means. So I was like, let me send this to my dad, he's old, and he's like, yeah, it just means think for yourself. And I'm just like, how the fuck did you get from this paragraph, and then you get that, and I read it again, and I was like, oh, okay, I just see it, and then, yeah, but, no, yeah, just that, yeah.
Joe Toro?
Mine is similar to Hugh in the sense of, like, I've said this on the podcast before. I actually really like who I am, like, as a person. And I'm really proud of that because I couldn't always say that. Not that I, like, used to hate myself. But, you know, like, when you really reflect and you're like, I think I've always been a good person. But, like, to be truly happy with yourself, like, on the inside is hard. And I'm not even, like, fully there. But, like, as far as, like, internally who I am, what I stand for, things I do, I like myself a lot, and, like, I think that I'm very proud about that. I'm also very, like, I have a lot of people who depend on me, and I feel like that's something to be proud of, to be able to be there for people and to have an impact on other people's lives in a positive way. You know? That's what I'm proud of.
I did kind of expect both of those answers, actually, which is crazy.
Okay, Dad.
I read the question and I'm like, okay. Like, I'm thinking about, like, to be proud is, like, I don't know, like, you're happy. You're like, okay, like, yes, I did this. Like, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
I don't have those moments.
That's fine.
Not because of anything bad, but because, like, anything I do, I know I'm going to do. So it's not like I'm proud of myself for doing it because I know I'm, like.
But do you have other people telling you that, hey, good job?
Yeah, but I, like,
because that's where I get, from me, that's where I get that sense of being proud. I don't want to, like, boot, like, oh, I'm great and stuff. Yeah. I get it from other people. Other people are telling me, hey, and if I have other people noticing, then to me it's like, okay, you're doing something good then. I don't depend on it from other people, but it's good to hear it from other people.
I don't want to hear it from other people.
That you're doing something good?
Yeah. But this is where we differ because of our past, which we've both spoke about. Like, we're similar, but we're really different. And, like, I've always heard these things. So to me, I'm like, I don't care if someone's proud of me. Like, compliments don't necessarily mean anything to me, and I don't know how to take them.
Liar.
Because no, there's a difference between compliment and gassing me up.
No.
I'll take the gas.
No, you will take the gas, but compliments mean something.
They don't.
They do.
They told me they did. No. So if somebody's like, oh, Des, you did good on this, I'm like, of course I did good on. Like, what? Come on. And it's like, okay, Des, relax.
No, but we had a podcast earlier in the summer, and we talked
when we're talking about guys in general. Yes, but as, like, okay, if
men want to hear more compliments, and it means a lot more because they don't get it a lot more, and that was something that both of you said, but you in particular. Yes.
Now I get what you're saying. However, it doesn't make me change who I am. Like. Yeah. Like, I like hearing good things about me, of course, but it doesn't make me, like, proud of, like, I'm already proud of who I am in that sense. So it's not.
So you're saying other people's, like, whatever they feel like, while it may be nice to hear.
Yeah, like, it really doesn't at all. So
which is good. It shouldn't.
And, like, so when I was reading the question that he had, and I asked him what it was, and he said, you know, making the basketball team, which I understand, like, that's good. You should be proud of making it because not everybody made it. And I'm thinking about, like, I've never not made a team. I've never questioned making a team. There's a lot of things in my life I've never questioned. So I'm like, oh, like, am I proud of this?
Yeah, but even as a kid, like, when you're trying out, yeah, you maybe never not made it, but, like, have you ever been nervous that you wouldn't make it? Oh, so you're just a cocky little shit.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like, like, I, like, even now when I do things, like, I don't look for other people to be like, you did good or you did well or... Like, I don't know.
Yes, no, I can definitely attest to that. Like, as long as I've known you, you've never looked for validation in others. You do like when people gas you up, but it's only because it already inflates your already inflated ego. I think maybe that's why I think your head is big, because it's, like, literally, like, metaphorically, like, big, you know?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, you, like, have
I'm projecting it.
It's all the compliments in there that are... But, no, you've never really looked to other people for validation. You definitely have not. Mr.
It's nice to hear, but I don't need it.
Right. And that's the thing. You also say it's nice to hear, but like when you get it, you're like, whatever. Like,
yeah, because he's like, I don't know what to do with it.
No, I'm just like, thanks.
No, but most of the time, like if someone compliments you,
it depends on the person.
We've had some people be like, "Oh, Hugh, I love like your honesty." You're like, yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
I don't take that as, and we're like, "Oh, you got a compliment."
Lately, I got a compliment, and I was like, "Yeah, thank you." Lately, a lot before. Like,
yeah, but that's because Giselle was like, "Oh, I love when you scream." Like,
you were
like, "Yes, validation. That's the validation you want."
Yeah, but I'm not used to getting that. So when I get that, I'm like, "Oh, wow, thank you." Like I said before on the podcast, I'm not used to getting that from the podcast. So I'm just like, "Oh, shit, thanks." So that's why it was like different because I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
It's something like the other way around. So, whatever.
But yeah, there are certain, because like the first thing that I thought about was something that I've been working on that both of you guys know, but it's like a behind the scenes thing and it hasn't, it's not like public yet, so I didn't want to say it, but that was like a thing. Like my answer was like like it's myself and it's an overtime thing. I do have like this is like one specific, tangible thing. But because it's not really something that I can talk about yet, it's like, okay, well, what's the next best thing? Yeah. Me. You know? Yeah. Like kind of how like Caden had like a physical thing. Like this is the thing.
When I asked him, I'm like, what are you going to write about? And he told me, I was like, yeah, that's a really good, like that was a great choice.
We may have talked about this before, and this is kind of a side note, but you are a huge volleyball person. Like if you could ever only play one sport again,
volleyball forever.
It'd be volleyball. But your son is very much so into basketball. How do you feel about that?
We
put the mic to your mouth like a reporter.
We've actually sat down and spoke about it, and I 100% understand, and I 100% agree. He was like, we've practiced it because he's come to me and been like, okay, can you show me a couple things? And I'm like, I've been waiting my whole life.
Show me how to spike a ball, Dad.
Yeah, pretty much. And he has the talent there, but he told me, he's like, I don't want to do it because I know how you're going to be. And I said, I understand that and I respect that.
You're like the volleyball version of a stage mom.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the toddlers and tiaras and the moms are like, come on, baby, smile, jazz hands. Like, that's you.
1,000% sure. And when he said that, like, we were looking eye to eye. Like, he looked me in my eye and said, I don't want to play volleyball because I know how you're going to get. And I looked at him and I said, I respect that. I understand. And you are completely correct. I'm not even going to lie about it.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Why'd you hesitate?
Oh, because I thought you were gonna ask. I didn't.
No, you said no,
for sure. Why would I say no?
Next spring, like when it's warmer. That's why I said
let's
spring.
do this.
Will you teach me how to play like properly?
Yeah.
Like I know the
basics, but yeah, I know what you're asking.
You'll teach me?
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, no, easy. I love it.
But I've always liked volleyball. You know what I hate though? I was the one kid. Like sometimes I would like serve the ball and it's beautiful, chef's kiss, wonderful, right? And then sometimes it's like boom, off to the side. Like I don't like. I need
it does happen because even in high school, like I remember that certain times like I couldn't control my serve, and like I would literally throw the ball up, I would barely touch the ball, pew, back wall, and everybody would look at me like chill, and I'm like you saw my hand, I barely touched the ball. But then I learned a couple things, and I'm like, oh. So when I serve and like I see people get ready to receive the ball, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I always feel the most confident in the front row, like by the net.
Yeah.
Because I can like volley easy. Yeah. But like sometimes, what do you call it? Bumping?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's beautiful. Again, chef's kiss. And then sometimes it's like, ooh,
whoopsies.
Sorry to you in the stands over there. Like, my bad. It goes like way off to the side. So like that's what and then like whatever else you can teach me.
Yeah, no, easy peasy.
All right, cool. Sorry for that side note.
No, it's cool. I love talking about volleyball.
No, I know. Okay, let me ask you guys. Would either of you guys ever change your name to just like one word? Like no middle name, no last name?
Fuck yeah.
Like, okay.
No.
So no, you would never be, and not even Hugh-Gene. You would never just be Hugh.
Nope, I like my name.
And you would be just Des.
You can take out Des and give me a whole fucking new name.
No. Like based off of your name, but like...
Yes.
Or would you just be? You could be Wayne, but that's boring. I think Des is more unique.
I'll go with Des.
Yeah, because Wayne, like you're just like another Wayne.
I know, but the only thing is like the whole name itself is this fucking guy.
Well, the reason I ask is because a judge has recently approved Kanye's petition because he wants to change his name to just Ye, like no last name, no middle name, just Ye. So that's why I was like, well, it's obviously still based off of his name. It's his nickname. So that's why I'm like, okay, would you change it to that? But it's based off of your nickname.
Yeah.
I would never be just Joe because, like, that's boring.
Okay.
And I wouldn't, like, nobody calls me Nell. Like, most of my name, well, except for when I was a child, like, people used to call me Nelly or Jonel.
I could see Nelly.
Right? But there's already a Nelly.
Yeah.
Furtado and the other one.
Would you ever just use your middle name?
No. But it would have to be a nickname of the middle name.
Yeah, okay.
No. Like, because most people call me Joe. That's the thing. If for him it'd be Hugh, me it'd be Joe, you'd be Des. Mm-hmm. Right? So, like, I would never just be Joe.
Did I meet you when I used to take Des personal?
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know me,
I never used to call you Des.
When I was younger, only family called me Des. Everybody else would call me Desi.
And I would never call you Desi. Because the groupies called you Desi. So I was always
them groupies.
They were, they are.
They were my friends.
No, they weren't. You hardly knew their names.
That's not the point.
They're groupies. But yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna call you Des because we're not close like that. Well, we were close, but like it was like a reserve for family.
And I used to really get upset when people were like, "Hey, Des." I'm like, "Yo, don't call me Des." And then when I was like maybe grade 11, grade 12, where it was like,
no, I'm tired. You were out of high school before. You held on to the
did I?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Yeah. I felt like it was like grade 11, grade 12, where I kind of like had a little leeway.
No, it was after high school.
Good, I feel better.
Yeah, but and I was like, I'm not gonna call you Desi because that's.
That's nice.
If you notice, I only say it now when I'm either telling when I'm telling a story, or I will refer to your Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Desi D.
You do it a couple times when you're drunk.
Desi?
Yeah. I'll point it out next time. But you do when you're drunk. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh my God. What is wrong with me?
It's my name.
No, it's not. It's gross.
It's funny because somebody thought my Instagram handle was Desied18.
Desied.
And I was like, I've never looked at it like that. But when I said it was Desi D, they're like, oh, that makes sense.
Also, your Instagram throws people off because that's why they think your name is spelled with a Z.
Yeah, I know. But with an S, it looks so like...
Desi.
Yeah.
But okay, so you would just go by
100%.
Des, the artist formerly known as Des.
Yeah.
But like, you said you like your name too much
for my name.
I also like my name, so that's part of the reason, but I also just don't think just Joe is good.
I hate my name, so...
Why do you hate it?
Because of this guy.
Oh.
Like, how obsessed can you be, mother? Jesus. Well, get it together. I gotta ask her. I'm gonna call her later and ask her that. Like, how obsessed were you? Because this is a problem.
Yeah, let me know how that conversation goes.
No, I will. I will tell you guys next week.
Well.
I'll definitely tell you guys next week.
Why were you so obsessed with my dad?
Like, ew. Him? Ew. Come on. Please.
Okay, so I have two potential... They're not stories. They're just things they are stories, actually. But I don't know which one to suggest to you guys.
The latter.
Okay, let's go with...
that one.
Okay, we're going to go with this one because this is the one I could find. Okay. So I actually found this story a couple weeks ago, and I was just kind of like, in my back pocket. But this woman had written into some like advice thing. So I'm just like reiterating it. This isn't someone that like wrote into this podcast. But she says, my husband is mourning his dead mistress. 3 months ago, the woman who was having an affair with my husband died suddenly from an accident. I found out about the affair only 2 days after her funeral. I thought she was simply a coworker, and I was wondering why my husband was so disturbed and emotional. He quit his job, saying it was too traumatic to go to work. She was in the early weeks of pregnancy when she died, and my husband doesn't know whether he or her husband was the father. So on top of everything, he's also grieving for a baby, which may or may not have been his. I find it extremely difficult to be emotionally supportive when he wakes up at 3 a.m. crying and trembling, yet I don't have the heart to yell at him like I want to. He says she's dead, so there's no reason for me to feel jealous or threatened, and asks for my understanding as he grieves. We've barely talked these last weeks because I don't know how to respond to my husband when he cries and says he misses her and wishes she were here. Then also how much he loves me and how he never intended to leave me. I asked him to visit a marriage therapist together, and he says that he's, quote, not ready to work on our marriage and thinks he needs to go see a grief therapist instead. Do I need to give him time to mourn the loss of his mistress, or should I demand he focus on our marriage? Des, go.
I'm going to say, honestly, just like, as hard as it sounds, and it is, I would suggest to that person to give him space, as it sounds so fucked up, and like, you know, her putting his feelings first, and, you know, like, you're my husband and you cheated on me and she's dead and you want me to care about how you feel and because you miss her.
Potential kid died.
Maybe not, you know? So as a person, I would say, you know, at the end of the day, somebody is dead, regardless of who they were to each other. So yes, he's going to be sad. Yes, they obviously shared some deep moments that you don't know about, which is why he's taking this so personal. You know, that doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't love you or doesn't want to be with you. But like, I would say I would give him a timeline. Like, look, I can't do this forever. You can go see your grief counselor if you want, but I can't sit here and just, you know, be okay with how you're acting. So I'm going to go over here. We're not separating, but I'm going to go over here. You figure your shit out. You have about a month, and then we'll revisit this conversation.
Hugh?
What
do you mean?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Because that is a really tough one. Like, as it continued, I'm like, oh, she's married.
Well, the question at the end, Hugh, was, do I need to give him time to mourn the loss of his mistress, or should I demand he focus on our marriage?
I can't think of anything right now.
You can't think of anything?
No,
I'm surprised. I told Des to go first because I thought you'd be very opinionated on this one.
Not really.
I think she needs to get the fuck out of there because, like, what marriage? I think you make a good point. Like, at the end of the day, someone did die, but, like, you are still in the wrong. And you can be in the wrong and still, you know, like, your feelings are still valid. Like, his grief is valid, but he cannot use his grief as a way to brush off the fact that he was still in the wrong as it pertains to this woman, you know? So I think it's really important that she focuses on herself. And I guess between the two, I would say leave his ass, but her options are time to mourn or demand he focus on the marriage. I think if you really want him to focus on the marriage, like, you're gonna have to let him mourn. But I think it has to be simultaneous. He can't just be moping around, because grief is not, you're not going to get over grief in a month. You're not going to get over the death. Like, you get better. Grief is like one of those things. It's like you just learn to live with it. It doesn't actually go away. Anyone who's died or anyone who's had someone close to them who's died, like, they know, right? So he's going to be grieving forever. You can't give him a timeline. You can say work on your grief and work on working through those emotions and being okay with it, but also simultaneously you need to be working on the marriage, because
the reason why I say give him a month is because a month is really my tolerance for a lot of things. But she would have to be out the picture completely without being separated in that sense, because if he's doing both of those simultaneously while he's working on his marriage with you, he's thinking about her. It's really not even you. If we were doing both at the same time,
I think it's real selfish for him to also be so deeply emotionally connected to this woman and this potential baby that could have also been her husband's or whatever, but to also be like, oh, I never intended to leave you. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
No, 100%.
And God knew that. God is like, I'm gonna snatch this one.
Because for her, it is lose. Because obviously she loves her husband, so if she chooses to walk away, she's butthurt. Of course. Because he's only thinking about the dead woman, realistically. Like, you're leaving me because I'm sad about somebody close to me that died, whatever. He's not even going to care in that aspect. And then if she chooses to stay, now she has to be strong in a sense to put up with what he's doing to get to the point where, okay,
but
now
we imagine supporting someone through grief when, like, you're low-key salty?
That's what I was thinking about.
Could?
I could.
Yeah, it depends how much you love and respect the person.
Yeah, because
but the person doesn't respect you, so how can you, like...
Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I take blame for things. Maybe I shouldn't. But I feel like, okay, obviously there was something that we didn't talk about that you felt the need to be connected to her like this, because I don't feel like we're connected like this. So if I care about the person, I still do want to work through this. And that is why, like, I don't know, like, I say I don't like marriage, but it's because, like, I feel like it's very easy to just be like, to walk away. Walking away is the easiest thing to do. And I don't see myself walking away from things like this. And that could be a downfall. But I don't know.
Listen, it's a quality that can be admired in some people. I guess it's a case-by-case basis, you know? But I feel you. I don't think there's any right answer. The question, for her, leaving was not even an option.
Yeah,
so she knows she wants to. Yeah. So I mean, hey, you got to let him grieve. Otherwise, you can't truly work on the marriage when his mind is elsewhere. Yeah. Fair. All right. Well, we're at the end of our show today.
Well, that sucks for her. Oh, I feel bad.
I know, that's horrible, right?
That sucks. That's a lose-lose situation.
That's what I'm saying.
What, you're a loser.
Because even after you grieve, like, this is still in my head how much you grieved over this lady that you were cheating on me with.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, bless her soul.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all, you can find us on pretty much every single platform that you can listen to podcasts. We thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next Tuesday.